You know that feeling when your stomach just won't cooperate? You eat, you wait, and nothing happens. Days go by, and you start feeling sluggish, uncomfortable, even bloated. If you're over 60, chances are you've dealt with constipation more than you'd like to admit. And let's be honest, it's not exactly dinner table conversation, but it's a real problem that can drain your energy and even affect your mood. Well, here's the good news: you don't have to live with it. In fact, the solution might be sitting right in your kitchen. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 simple, everyday foods that can help get things moving naturally. No harsh laxatives, no uncomfortable side effects. Just real, wholesome foods that your body will thank you for. Now, you might be thinking, I've tried prunes before, and they didn't do much. And you're not alone. But here's the thing, most people don't eat these foods the right way, or they don't eat enough of them. That's why, in this video, we're not just listing foods, we're talking about how much to eat, when to eat them, and why they work so well for seniors. So, let's start with the first food, the one you've probably heard about but might not be using to its full potential. Food number 1, prunes, but not how you think. Yes, prunes are famous for helping with constipation, but here's the catch: most people don't eat enough of them. A single prune isn't going to cut it. The magic number? 5 to 6 prunes per day. That's right, just a small handful. Why do they work so well? Prunes contain sorbitol, a natural sugar alcohol that acts like a gentle laxative by drawing water into your intestines. They're also packed with fiber, which adds bulk to your stool. But here's the key: soak them overnight. If you've ever chewed a dry prune and thought, this is like eating cardboard, I get it. But soaking them in water or herbal tea softens them up and makes them easier to digest. Try this: before bed, put 5 to 6 prunes in a small bowl, cover them with warm water, and let them sit overnight. In the morning, eat them first thing on an empty stomach, and drink the soaking water too. That extra hydration helps everything move along smoothly. Food number 2, chia seeds, the tiny powerhouse. Now, this one might surprise you. These little seeds, so small you could sprinkle them on a salad and barely notice, are one of the best natural remedies for constipation. And the best part? They're incredibly easy to add to your diet. Chia seeds are loaded with soluble fiber, which absorbs water and forms a gel-like substance in your gut. This helps soften stool and makes it easier to pass. But here's the trick: you have to prepare them right. If you just toss dry chia seeds into yogurt, they won't do much. Instead, you want to soak them first. Here's how: mix 1 tablespoon of chia seeds into a cup of water, almond milk, or even fruit juice. Let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes until it turns into a gel. Then, drink it down. You can also stir soaked chia seeds into oatmeal, smoothies, or even soups. Now, if you're thinking, will this make me bloated? Good question. Some people worry about that, but the key is to start slow. If you're new to chia seeds, begin with just 1/2 tablespoon per day and work your way up. And always drink plenty of water with them. Fiber needs water to work properly. So now you've got 2 powerful tools in your constipation fighting toolkit: prunes and chia seeds. But we're just getting started. There are 3 more foods that can make an even bigger difference, foods you might already have in your fridge but aren't using to their full potential. And trust me, by the time we're done, you'll have a simple, natural plan to keep things moving smoothly without relying on pills or uncomfortable remedies. So, let's keep going. You know, sometimes the simplest solutions are the ones we overlook. We spend so much time looking for quick fixes, pills, powders, all those miracle remedies, when the real answer might be sitting right in your fridge. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. Because while prunes and chia seeds are fantastic, they're just the beginning. The next 2 foods on our list are equally powerful, but they work in slightly different ways, helping not just with constipation but also with overall gut health. And that's important, because as we get older, our digestion changes. Things slow down. Our stomachs don't process food the way they used to. But these foods? They give your gut exactly what it needs to stay on track. So let's dive in. Food number 3, kiwi, the unsung hero of digestion. Now, this might surprise you. When people think of fruits for digestion, they usually go straight to apples or bananas. But kiwi? That's the secret weapon most people ignore. Here's why kiwi is so powerful. It contains an enzyme called actinidin, which helps break down proteins in your gut, making digestion smoother. It's also packed with fiber, about 2.5 grams per kiwi, and has a high water content, which keeps things moving. But here's the key, you have to eat it the right way. Most people peel kiwi, but the skin is actually edible, yes, really, and contains extra fiber. If the fuzzy texture bothers you, try rubbing it gently with a towel to soften the fuzz. Then, slice it up, skin and all, and eat it with breakfast or as a snack. And here's a pro tip, eat 2 kiwis per day if you're dealing with chronic sluggishness. Studies have shown that kiwi can be just as effective as prunes for relieving constipation, sometimes even better, because it's gentler on the stomach. Food number 4, flax seeds, the gut's best friend. Now, this is one of those foods that doesn't get enough credit. Flax seeds are tiny, but they pack a serious punch when it comes to digestion. Here's why they work. Flax seeds are loaded with both soluble and insoluble fiber, which means they do double duty. They add bulk to your stool and help soften it. They also contain omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation in the gut, making everything run more smoothly. But, and this is a big but, you can't just sprinkle whole flax seeds on your food. Your body can't break them down properly, so they'll pass right through you without doing much. Instead, you need to grind them fresh. A cheap coffee grinder works great, or by pre-ground flaxseed meal. Here's how to use them. Stir 1 tablespoon of ground flax seeds into oatmeal or yogurt. Mix them into smoothies, they add a nutty flavor without being overpowering. Or my favorite, make a simple flaxseed gel by mixing 1 tablespoon of ground flax seeds with 3 tablespoons of warm water. Let it sit for 5 minutes until it thickens, then drink it down. And just like with chia seeds, drink plenty of water when you eat flax seeds. Fiber needs water to work its magic, otherwise, it can actually make things worse. Now, at this point, you've got 4 powerful foods working together to keep your digestion smooth and comfortable. But there's one more, and this one is a game changer because it doesn't just help with constipation, it actually feeds the good bacteria in your gut, making your entire digestive system stronger over time. And the best part? You probably already have it in your kitchen, you just might not be using it the right way. So let's keep going. You've made it this far, and I want you to take a moment to think about how simple this really is. No expensive supplements, no complicated routines, just real, everyday foods working together to help your body feel its best. And now, we're about to talk about the final piece of the puzzle, a food so powerful for digestion that it's been used for thousands of years, yet most people still aren't taking full advantage of it. But before we get to that, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to have no trouble with digestion, no matter their age? It's like their gut just works, no bloating, no discomfort, no waiting around wondering if today will be the day things finally move. Well, a big part of that comes down to gut bacteria. And that's where our 5th and final food comes in. Food number 5, sauerkraut, the probiotic powerhouse. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, sauerkraut. Really? That sour, tangy stuff? Yes, really. But not just any sauerkraut. You see, most store-bought sauerkraut has been pasteurized, which means the good bacteria, the probiotics, have been killed off. What you want is raw, fermented sauerkraut, the kind you'll find in the refrigerated section, usually near the pickles or specialty foods. Here's why it's so good for you. Fermented foods like sauerkraut are packed with live probiotics, the friendly bacteria that keep your gut healthy. These probiotics help break down food, reduce inflammation, and even strengthen your immune system. And because your gut and brain are directly connected through the gut-brain axis, a healthy gut can even improve your mood and mental clarity. But here's the trick, you only need a little bit. Start with 1 to 2 tablespoons per day, either on its own or as a topping for salads, eggs, or even a baked potato. If you've never had it before, the taste might take some getting used to, but your gut will thank you. And if sauerkraut just isn't your thing, you can try other fermented foods like kimchi, kefir, or sugar-free yogurt. They all work in similar ways. Putting it all together, your daily digestion plan. Now, you might be wondering, how do I actually use all 5 of these foods in my day-to-day life? Great question. You don't have to eat all of them every single day, though you certainly can if you want to. Instead, think of this as a toolkit. On days when you're feeling sluggish, you can lean on these foods to get things moving again. Here's a simple way to incorporate them. Morning, start with your soaked prunes and a glass of water. Mid-morning, have a kiwi, skin on if you can handle it, or blend chia/flax into a smoothie. Lunch or dinner, add a spoonful of sauerkraut as a side or topping. And of course, drink plenty of water throughout the day. Fiber can't do its job without it. A final thought, small changes, big results. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's this: you don't have to accept constipation as just part of getting older. It's not inevitable. With the right foods and a little consistency, you can keep your digestion running smoothly, naturally. So start small. Pick one of these foods to try this week. See how your body responds. Then add another. Before you know it, you'll have a routine that works for you, not against you. And if you've already tried some of these, or if you have your own favorite digestion tricks, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Let's help each other out. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who might need it. Because everyone deserves to feel their best, no matter their age. Here's to happy, healthy digestion, and to living life on your terms. See you in the next video.